It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football?
Who knows what we're in store for here, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
Known for some incredible wings and one of the league's most passionate fan bases. We're just outside of Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage.
The season's still just getting started. We're off in week 3. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. They'll be led out by a promising young rookie quarterback from Florida State.
And all those touchdowns he had last week, Kate, he traded every one of them in exchange for a victory. It's team over individual for him. So even though he himself is coming off the exact type of showing you want, that kind of efficiency usually wins you games, he's not happy about it. And he will be focusing on rectifying those things here.
And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 16 yards on the play. And that'll give him a first down. Big shot to begin the drive, has him up beyond the 40. To throw it on first down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Throwing off the play fake here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Searches from the pocket. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball. Incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. So now the Bills will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. And we'll take a glance at their 7th-year QB.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
Throwing from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
3rd and long for him here. Has him on the quick hitter. He's got the first down grab and still going. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Still sticking with the passing game. Hits him on the in route. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Short pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the 32-yard line.
From the 32. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
I love the thought there and the idea. Get your guy in space. But he can't make anything happen until he catches it cleanly first.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Complete out to the right. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
They are throwing it again. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
He'll throw it yet again. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and makes sure it wasn't completed.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Here comes the field goal unit now for the Bills. This a 48-yard look for him. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Here's a return from the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Their offense headed back out for its 2nd drive of the contest. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing now off play action. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender rocked at the exact same time there. And now they face 2nd down. Here's a give up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2. They send a tight end in motion. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love third down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down, they want the ball, but a third down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
And he runs this up close to midfield at about the 48. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further. Oh, look at those savvy linebackers. They're just right in the middle of everything, aren't they, Kate? And it seems like at times they're the quickest reactions as well. You needed a quick one right there to get a...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Here comes the Bills offense for their second drive of the game. They're already on a modest little winning streak here, currently in position to stretch it to 3 games as they take the field again. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Finds the in route complete. And he's brought down after a short gain. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
From the 23. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Forced out to his right. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
10 at the 34-yard line.
Now looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st. 3rd and just 2 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
They're throwing it. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it. The Bills with a punt team out there. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. Brings it in at the 12. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start, up close to the 30. Looks like he might break it for a minute, but still a good 14 yards on the return. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he works through a lane for a gain up to the 30. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Another carry for him. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. Now movement as somebody goes early, and for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials.
False start.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. After the flag, they've got 3rd and 9 to figure out. Here's a throw. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 28 out of that play, and that gives them the 1st. So that connection for a 1st will bring us to the end of the 1st. Just a field goal separates these two. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. They give it to him again. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down. Looking to the air here. Catch made over the middle. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. Third down, 1 yard to go. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's stopped down at the 16 after a small gain. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 16. This throw is caught. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out. They go play action here. He just throws this one away.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. And that's caught in the end zone for the touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
That one splits the uprights. And his guys take a 4-point lead. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Bills' offense all set for their next drive. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Airing it out to start this drive. Throwing the out route complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's a handoff up the gut. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Finds his man over the middle. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. They'll throw it. Throw left side, complete. And they get this down to the 28. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down. He'll throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that side.
Complete over the middle. And that will not be enough for a first down. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Pass play coming here. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for a Bills first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darryl Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Defender smart there to get a hand on that one. So second down coming up.
It's second down and 10.
Option design here. And that's good yards there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go right back to him. Runs it in, touchdown, Buffalo! The Bills take a second quarter lead. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Now we'll see them try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills push their lead to 3. The Bills kickoff team out there now as they'll send this away. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Another drive coming up for this offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch your breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Back to the well again. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense. It's the 2-minute warning now from Highmark.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. They'll bring out the punter here. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And a fair catch made without incident just inside the 25. No return on that punt. And the Bills will take over possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Back to throw now. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Lone back gets the handoff. A lot of grass ahead. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Looking for a throw here. Finds him over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 47. That's incomplete left side.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. He's going to throw this one. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. They're set up at the 35 now. They'll throw it again. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. 2nd and 3 now. From the 28. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. They get 13 on pickup. And that's good for a Bills first down. Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 3 now. Throwing it again here. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Back to throw. No place to go, so he just threw it away. Just 4 seconds left, Brock. Only time for one play, and it's going to be a field goal try. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. In his 11th year, still knocking them through. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. He'll throw it. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. It's halftime here in Buffalo. The Bills with the lead after 2. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start in the NFC East with 2 teams that have no love lost between them. Washington at Dallas. And it's the Cowboys who are out in front. The Cowboys locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we head north to Minnesota. Check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Chiefs. The Vikings try and hold on and claim victory. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. The Browns trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. Fielded at the 7. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Bills ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Play action on first down. Forces one through double coverage. Oh, it's intercepted! And they bring him down after the pick and decent return. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
Now outruns their offense to take over. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Bills territory. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
They're out now, ready to punt it. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. And it'll bounce out of bounds, and he could not have hit this much better. That's going to pin him at their own 5-yard line. Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running it now out of the gun. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 5-yard line.
Throwing from near his own goal line. He's got a man left. And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down. They have themselves another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
They'll try and throw it here. Connecting. Massive hit. The ball is out. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
And that is the definition of an impact play from the defense. Everything been going poorly for them, right? They're poised to surrender some big yardage, but one big hit changed all of it and creates a big play on their side instead.
Now this offense ready to head back out. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. A tight end in motion now. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he pushed deep into enemy territory with that, down inside the 25. 2nd and 3 now. The give now out of the shotgun. And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Back now, pressure on its way. He's got it near the 8. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a quarterback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position.
Touchdown! A second touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
That one right down the middle. And they'll take the lead.
Visitors 14, Bills 13.
Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Here's a return from the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Bills headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And it just feels like he's been fighting uphill since this one kicked off today, doesn't it? The mistakes just canceling out a lot of what he's been able to do offensively on the positive end of things. This defense, man, they have seized on the mistakes and made life difficult. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll run here from the gun. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
On the pickup, it's 2nd and 8.
From the 31. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Short side option here. He's running left. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for a Bills 1st down. They're set up at the 35 now. To throw here on 1st down. Cut out left. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
2nd and a yard at the 26-yard line.
He's dropping back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here's the handoff. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. All right, set now. 1st and 10. Short side option here. He's running left. He's within striking distance. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills take a 3rd quarter lead. Well, we all knew somebody was running with it there, and when the defender started flowing towards the back, he made the right call that he would be the one to run it in.
Yeah, he sure did. I think if he hands that off, this play does not end in a touchdown, but in a collision for his running back.
Yeah.
So not only is that running back thanking his quarterback, the rest of the guys are celebrating for that decision.
Keeping it on the ground. And he reaches the end zone, so they'll be up to a 7-point lead.
You thought they were going to throw it, didn't you, Kate?
Could you tell? I did. I thought for a moment they might have been setting up to throw, but they stick to the ground and run it in for 2.
Yeah, I think everybody in the building, because there's all these pretty pass plays, all these creative designs, but don't ever get away from the simplest form of football, and that's running it right down your opponent's throat.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Airing it out to start this drive. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose. He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
He's going to try to drop it in deep right.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Bills are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd
That's now the third sack of the game, and I know how these defenders start to think. How many more can I tally up before this one's over? Still a bunch of game time. And this defense, well, they're feeling it.
Complete out to the right. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. 3rd and just 2 to go. Here's a give up the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Brought in right side. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Bills first down. So we're through 3 here. It's Bills ball. We'll see if they can hang on to this lead till the end. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Throwing now, off play action. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. Bails out of the pocket quick. He tucks it and takes off. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day, and he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the first down.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. This offense ready to get going again now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. On 1st down, they'll run. And they needed more than one defender there. Powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Finds the in route complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They're set up at the 35 now. They go play action on 1st. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Pass play now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Back to throw. Looking for a target. That one's cut along the left sideline. So a timely moment for a big play, and they get the first on 3rd and 19.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Setting up a throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Second and 6 coming up here. Dropping back to throw. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up. He'll look to throw. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down. On now comes their punter. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They'll run here on first down. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll step up, and there he goes. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Simple dive up the middle. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Now looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up 4th down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline, and now their offense gets a chance in a one-score game.
Ball taken in at the 36. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. This offense getting all set for this series. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Trying to force one through there. And it sets up 2nd down. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Looking to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. He does it. Touchdown. These guys now trailed by just a point in the 4th. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And you may as well call him a constant headache that this defense has had to deal with all game long. I mean, they game plan to slow down his passing work, but it's been his rushes that have really broken the spirit of this unit. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
Pass play on 1st and 10. On the move, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Punt team on the field. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. He's got it at the 24. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it's going to be their football coming up. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Here he is to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Setting up to pass. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll look to throw it. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they're going to do it, Brock. They break the tie in the final minute. It's a touchdown. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal, but you do have to ask the question, do they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys break that tie and now lead by 7. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. That's going to be ticking in at the 8. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. Into the red zone. And he gets him the touchdown. And now a potential game-deciding play call coming up. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the 4th. The Bills kickoff team out there now as they'll send this away. Fielded at the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. The game really in their hands at this point, Brock. We're going to see whether it's a celebration coming up next or overtime. First and 10, they're going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Got to hurry this to the line. Again, he's got room. And he breaks the tie. That should win him this game, Brock. Touchdown! Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minute.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. The point after splits the uprights. And his guys break that tie and now lead by 7.
Bills 28.
And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return.
At their own 23-yard line.
Throwing now on first down. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Officials signaling timeouts. We've got whistles. Time left for 1 snap. And while we all know the odds are low, it's not impossible that they find a way to score. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference.
Defense.
Ball game's not over just yet. Don't leave those seats. The interference call means we're going to have an untimed down here. One final shot here. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. A nice showing here from our winners as we say so long from Buffalo.